Hello, this is Don again. This is the third video in the series on calendar studies. Some people want more proof. You see theories on the internet, and it's kind of like esoterica or something. You can't really understand where they're getting this stuff from. Uh, Maybe leaning towards the subjective. Like what is backing up your statements? How do you know these things? So we could go into a discussion on classical philosophy and how it's divided into three branches, epistemology, metaphysics, and ethics. Go down that road and kind of get sidetracked here, but um, some people are going to ask, how do you know that the Egyptian calendar had 360 days? That seems to go contrary to the calendar as we know it today, 365 or 366 days a year. Well, that's a good criticism or question to ask at this point because there should be something backing up some of the statements I've made about the Egyptian calendar originally being only 360 days to a year, which would be 24 hours and 20 minutes per day. So you're kind of scratching your head. you know, where where are they getting these extra 20 minutes from per day? Well, the best explanation is the idea of decans. Every 10 days, uh, a new star would appear on the Egyptian horizon. And so if you multiply or divide 360 days by 10, there's 36 of these decans in a year. So it is based on it's not just esoterica. It's based on a genuine phenomena in the heavens, whatever. That's where I'm getting it from. I'm not just making up stuff here. Looking in mythological books to find out about Thoth and Isis. There's more science to this than what I had previously said in the last video. So I just wanted to clarify that. So when each of these 36 decans has a name, and it's all very well documented. You can look it up on the internet, or maybe an encyclopedia might have the information about decans, Egyptian decans. So if you want to, you can go research that and see if I'm telling the truth here or if I'm just trying to pull your leg. Now, when Moses comes up with a 360 days calendar, what is that based on? Well, certain verses, the how you determine the days of the calendar for Moses is to look at some of the verses that say the flood uh, endured or prolonged 10 days past a year. So you take the length of a year plus 10 days. In this case, it would be 370 days. Now, the thing about doing math, a general rule is you don't want to use odd numbers, because if you divide by 2 or other numbers, you're going to end up with a fraction. So you kind of want to stay away from that. So technically, 371 days would be the duration of the flood. I've seen studies that promote that idea. What I'm doing is I'm just making it simpler so that you don't run into any of these issues with fractions, because they definitely did not have fractions in the ancient world. The Egyptians had a form of fractions, and I'm struggling here in my mind to remember the name. I'm going to have to let that go because I can't. It'll come back to me. Anyways, those fractions were very hard to work with, and actually they didn't add up to a whole number in the final analysis. It was more like 63 over 64 or some. It was missing. The math would not totally come out right because it was missing a 64th or something. But I'm not going to go into that. That's way too complicated for this study, but I'm just kind of killing time here while I try to remember the name of the fractions. Well, anyways, you can look that up on the internet too. It's not that difficult to find out about. So in this passage where it says the flood, I don't remember the verse, but it says the flood started on the 10th day of the first month or something, and then it ended on I guess it started on the 17th day and it ended on the 27th day a year later. So it's like a year and 10 days, or possibly 11 days. So we're using 370 because we want to avoid fractions in our math, in our calculations. So I think that's another good stopping point here. We'll try to make these videos a little shorter so it's easier to grasp the main idea. Thank you. Bye.